welcome back to another episode of There Will Be Expletives. I'm Jeff.
I'm Ron, and we've got a hell of a long show this week, Jeff.
Yeah, but first we would be remiss if we didn't say a few words about Anton Yelchin. People like Ron and I are able to do these types of podcasts where we get to geek out about awesome movies, shows, games, books, because of the hard work and dedication of people behind the scene, people in front of the cameras, and we lost one of the good ones this week. Anton Yelchin passed away at age 27, and
damn.
When you actually were the one who broke the news to me over the weekend on Sunday, and I was just kind of flabbergasted by it. It really upset me.
Yeah, it was pretty upsetting to me too. Not just because I appreciate his work as much as I did, and appreciate him as a person because he always seems so cool in his interviews and everything. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it's tragic when anyone dies before their time. But 27, I'm older than him, Jeff. He's right around your age.
It's part of the 27 club, unfortunately. Heath Ledger was also 27.
I mean, it's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit to hear people talk about him. There wasn't a single... I mean, of course, no one that has anything bad to say about him is going to come out right now, but, just all the stuff you're hearing about him from people that have worked with him or anything else, it's very kind of reminiscent of the Heath Ledger tragedy. But, by all accounts, seemed to be a really just awesome dude.
I encourage anyone who hasn't already seen them to look up the send-off that J.J. Abrams wrote out for him, and also to look up, you should be able to find it if you Google Anton Yelchin Green Room director. The director of Green Room actually had a very, very touching piece that he wrote, basically saying, he wouldn't have had a movie without Anton Yelchin's hard work, because he really said he carried that film for him, and he was just the best guy to talk to on set, incredibly dedicated. He was only 27, and I think he was pretty much getting real close to that kind of group you and I always talk about, how, he could be in a movie we weren't even really that interested in, but we'd be like, we'll go watch that just because Anton Yelchin's in it.
No, I mean, just look at his body of work, dude. I mean, everything that he was in, even if he wasn't the main person, is fairly well known. I mean, he has a lot of hits that was in there. I mean, he was just a kid, and I didn't remember this, but a lot of people know Along Came a Spider. He was a character in it. He's in 3 Star Trek movies by J.J. 2 by J.J. Abrams and 1 not. Terminator Salvation, Fright Night, Odd Thomas. The Green Room, a lot of people at least know of, even if they don't remember what it's called. You know what I mean? Anyone that I mentioned to, they're like, what's that? And I describe it, and they're like, oh yeah, I saw something for that. So a lot of people know at least what it is. A number of TV appearances. 2009 won Best Ensemble Cast for Star Trek. Young Artist Award for Best Leading Actor in Hearts in Atlantis.
And just how good was he in Star Trek?
Oh, dude, him running through the Enterprise. I can do it. Yeah.
Victor 2. It was so good, and it's so freaking devastating.
And you know what's interesting about him playing Chekhov is he was born in Russia. He's a Russian Jew, according to Wikipedia.
Thank you for that, Wikipedia. You are not creepy at all, Wikipedia.
Right. But yeah, so the thing that I found interesting browsing his Wikipedia page is he was once in a punk band named the Hammerheads. And apparently he was a huge fan of playing guitar. And he's quoted as saying it gave him a lot of fulfillment. It's
such a bummer because with Star Trek and with everyone, was really, really praising his performance and Patrick Stewart's in Green Room, the sky was the limit for his career. And to have it taken away by such a freak accident, it was just really depressing, especially he might have died because a recalled malfunction from the Jeep Grand Cherokee he was driving. Yeah. What a shitty way to die.
Oh, I know.
It's just really, really, really heartbreaking. But yeah, our thoughts go out to his family and friends. I couldn't imagine. And it happened on Father's Day
of all things. Yeah, to a lot of people out there, he's Chekhov, but to me, he's probably going to always be Odd Thomas. And it just sucks that the Bodak finally got you, bro. That's the only thing I can say.
I'm glad Star Trek didn't come out yet. That way they'll be able to have a tribute at the end to him.
Yes. We've got... I don't know what Rise is. It's listed as a short film, but we've got Star Trek Beyond, We Don't Belong Here, Porto, Rememory, and Thoroughbred, all coming out that he's in that have yet to release.
That just shows you how prolific he was becoming, to have like 5 or 6 projects to be released after, he posthumously. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, our thoughts go out to his loved ones, and what a short but brilliant career he really did have. So yes, rest in peace, Anton Yelkin. I think with that, we're going to move on into the movie news. And did you want to go ahead and start us off today, Ron?
Okie doke. This one made me happy. Not sure exactly how to pronounce it. Jeff, help me out. Noomi Rapace?
Noomi Rapace.
Rapace, damn it. She's returning for Alien Covenant. She was the lead in Prometheus. Before, it was kind of up in the air if we were going to get her back or not. But that makes me happy. So we've got Fassbender still on board with that?
Yeah, Fassbender's pretty much the lead now because people are speculating Noomi Rapace is actually going to be maybe like part of the prologue. And she's actually not going to be a lead. That's kind of like the rumor going around.
Okay, so more of kind of like a cameo.
I think Fassbender is pretty much your leading guy.
Okay, that's cool. At least she's making some kind of appearance because before it was supposed to be her and Fassbender, and then it was just Fassbender, and no one knew what happened to her. So of course the title changed 16,000 times during that time period.
But Ron, it worked out so well when they killed Newt off screen.
See, and I think that may be the only reason why she's coming back. Why they're bringing her back.
Ridley Scott was just like, "Oh, we're not doing that shit again." Like like those assholes did to my movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anything else on Alien other than I can't wait?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Also, really looking forward to the Blomkamp Alien 5.
Yes, I think that one's the one you and I for sure are looking forward to the most, but I'm still very curious about Alien Covenant.
Ridley Scott, it's at least a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott does not make bad movies. He makes 7.5 out of 10 to like 9.5 out of 10, and that's all that ever happens from Ridley Scott.
Right, pretty much. So this was interesting. The Independence Day Regurgence writers are working on, for whatever goddamn reason, the Stargate reboot. Now, to be fair, I haven't seen Independence Day Regurgence. I still think it'll at least be, if nothing else, a spectacle to watch in theaters. I'm not sure about the story or anything like that. But my question, Jeff, is why the fuck do we need a Stargate reboot? What about that movie does not hold up?
Well, I think that's specifically why it's happening was because we're talking about Hollywood, and God knows they're never going to come up with an original idea.
Yeah. I don't understand. I mean, who would you even cast for that? We had Kurt Russell in the original.
Well, naturally, it's going to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
And Kevin Hart.
And Kevin Hart and Melissa McCarthy. Because movie. And
Bill Murray will approve and the internet will go apeshit for it.
Yeah, as if he was going to do anything else.
Right.
Yeah, in the writer's defense, like you said, we haven't seen Independence Day Regurgence. I still love that title from John Shupp.
Yes.
We haven't seen that yet. Shockingly, it has a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I was expecting easily like a 20s.
Yeah.
So that means you and I will probably think it's decent.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. I agree with you, though. It's just Hollywood being Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't see what the point of this could be.
It is a cool concept, at least.
If you're going to give me Stargate, just give me more Stargate Atlantis and bring in Jill State again. I mean, come on. But, so, I see your note here for Spidey Homecoming adds to cast. Who would that be? Who are we talking about here?
So they've actually been
because I saw a long ass list of names.
So they've actually been doing a lot of additions to this. The first one that actually happened, it's a little bit old news by now, but Ron and I actually didn't get to have regular news last week. We only had E3 coverage. So the first notable one was they added Donald Glover in an unknown role. Who, if you don't know him, he's mostly known for Community, and he's one of the best performances in The Martian, easily. They added Martin Starr, who is one of my favorites. Actually, on Silicon Valley, after T.J. Miller, he is my favorite character on that. He's hilarious in it.
Okay.
So he's a really, really good addition. They added a guy from Prometheus. I believe his name was Logan Green Marshall. I think that was his name.
Okay.
He's not one of the more notable ones from Prometheus, but if you saw his face, I think you'd recognize him.
Well, anyone outside of you and me would tell you no one in that movie is notable.
True. Yeah. So yeah, they've been adding quite a bit of, most of them more known for their comedic sensibilities, especially with Donald Glover and Martin Starr. So I think you add these guys into their already great cast. I think Homecoming is going to be a hell of a lot of fun, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun, which anything Spider-Man should be. I find it interesting they're not confirming roles. Like, no one knows who the fuck any of these people are playing. I saw one interesting theory that could be due to the fact that they are going colorblind casting, meaning you could have like a black Harry Osborn or something like that. So that may be one of the reasons. Another theory I saw, because the internet being the internet, there has to be a theory or a conspiracy theory behind everything. Another theory I saw that was kind of interesting was, yeah, we've got Peter Parker, but we're going to have a lot of Miles Morales' characters also in, and that's another reason why they're keeping a lid on who the roles are.
I'm really, really interested to see who they all play. I'd probably give you like 70% odds that Donald Glover's Miles Morales. Just because Donald Glover was actually a name that, the internet subculture of Spider-Man fans, they were championing him to be fucking Spider-Man, like straight up lead a Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be probably too big of a get to be like Harry Osborn. I think he's going to be probably Miles Morales.
Yeah. That would be pretty interesting because that would mean that they would be paying a lot of attention to what fans and people are saying on the internet, if that's the case, which is not a bad thing.
I think the most important thing, and it looks like they're doing it, is we've had so many Spider-Man films in quick succession. Make it different, and it looks like that's what they're doing.
Yes, and we already know that they're probably not doing an origin because this is probably taking place post-Civil War.
Yeah, they've confirmed there will be no origin.
And he was already established in Civil War, so spoilers, I guess, for the movie that you should have already fucking seen. But yeah, so I don't know. It's pretty interesting to me to follow any of that just because they're not saying who's playing who. The only really confirmed roles we have are Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland. And did we ever hear any more on Michael Keaton?
That story has been fucking confirmed and unconfirmed so many times. Until I see Michael Keaton on a poster, I'm not going to believe it, honestly.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Something else that we are definitely interested in, if nothing else, is Paul Dini has a new graphic novel coming out, it looks like.
Yeah. Oh, there was one bit. I think you might not have the updated notes. We did want to touch on today's most recent casting news.
Okay.
That I think you have the slightly older one that included Power Rangers. I think you would want to talk about this.
Oh, yeah. Is that not in here? No, that's not in here. Yeah. Thanks, noob, for not.
No, I actually sent you the updated notes.
No,
you pull up the old ones.
No, I don't have them. I'm looking at my phone right now. I have the updated YouTube stuff, but anyway, show must go on. Yeah. Power Rangers. I fucking called it. So I'd said before that my prediction was we were going to have notable people as Rita Repulsa and Zordon, because those are two of the most important characters that have the least amount of screen time. I have been blanking on her fucking name all day. Effie from Hunger Games. What's her name?
Elizabeth Banks.
Yes, thank you. She is our Rita Repulsa, as we already knew, but Zordon was cast today, I believe, and that is Walter White himself, Bryan fucking Cranston. That is going to be amazing.
For the 2 minutes of screen time he's actually in the film.
As a floating head in a tube. Yes.
So he's going to be in the movie for 2 minutes. And I bet you a minute and a half of that performance is all in the trailer. It's going to be Godzilla all over again.
I bet you what they're going to do is, like I said, he'll be in it for 2 minutes, and a minute and a half of his dialogue is going to be voiceover in the trailer.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. They're going to pimp out Walter White, even though he's not going to be in the goddamn movie at all.
Yeah.
Just like goddamn Godzilla. I'm calling that now. Realistically... How long do you think he's actually in the film for? Just spitballing.
Go with about maybe 8 minutes of screen time.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say 5 to 10, roughly in there.
I'm thinking if I had to call a hard number, I'm gonna say probably around 8.
I think that's the only way they could afford him, because in order to afford him and for him to actually sign on to go fucking do Power Rangers again. Is he can get his filming done in like a day or two. Yeah. That was pretty much, I think, the only way they were able to do it. But yeah, they got mine. I'm not going to go opening weekend, but I'll go $5 Tuesday. I'll go watch for Bryan Cranston. I'll go pay, I think, $5 for 8 minutes of Bryan Cranston. I think that's pretty fair value.
It's not just Bryan Cranston, Jeff. It's alien in a glass tube floating head Bryan Cranston. He's basically the wizard.
Although for the $5, probably a better use of the money is getting to watch Elizabeth Banks in that Mortal Kombat outfit for an hour and a half. I can get behind that.
Yeah, so you've got 2 reasons to go now. Yeah. But, Did
this raise your excitement? Because you have been kind of about this whole thing.
It definitely tells me they're taking this a lot more seriously than we already thought they were, and we knew that supposedly they were already taking it seriously. So... yeah, it gets me a little bit more excited. I don't know how much more excited it gets Phil, because I don't know what all he would have seen Bryan Cranston in, because he hasn't watched Breaking Bad. He might have seen Godzilla, but who cares? He's in it for 8 minutes.
Anyone that saw Godzilla also did not see Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, he's in it for like, 3 or 4 minutes in that? So, yeah. I don't know what he would have seen him in, so I don't know if that does anything for him. I know he knows the name, though.
Unfortunately, since they had to use money for Bryan Cranston, the film no longer has a third act. So
it no longer has Zords. They had to cut the Zords.
At the end, it just cuts to concept art for like 15 minutes.
It's like a family vacation like slideshow with like it's like ever so slowly zooming in on a portion of the photo and then moving on to the next with dialogue.
Probably would make it more entertaining than what we're actually going to watch in the third act of the movie. I'm just saying.
As long as I get a giant robot punching the shit out of a giant alien, I'm fine.
Yeah, as long as it's, dumb fun, like Pacific Rim level, I can get behind that. Just don't make it terrible. For the love of God, don't make it terrible.
That was fun. Okay.
Oh, yeah, but the Paul Dini thing, I wanted to plug his new book because the story behind it is really, really fascinating. It's called Dark Knight, just N-I-G-H-T, not without the K, a Batman story. It's a graphic novel by Paul Dini, and it comes out this week. I believe that's when Amazon had it listed. So I don't know if you actually ever heard the story, but have you heard the story of how Paul Dini, and if you don't know who we're talking about, shame on you, one of the most famous Batman writers of all time,
yes.
Creator of Harley Quinn, and might as well be listed as the creator of Mr. Freeze, because all of his origin that you know is from Paul Dini.
Yeah, everything that you know about Mr. Freeze, you learned from Paul Dini.
But, he actually, in the 90s, during the midst of, his real prolific run with the Warner Brothers cartoons, with like Tiny Toons and Batman and all that stuff, he was actually mugged, and he was almost killed.
Really?
You hadn't heard? Did you ever hear the story?
No, I did not.
He was mugged walking home after a date. Not in like a crappy part of town. He actually has talked about this on one of Kevin Smith's podcasts.
I was about to ask.
You can actually, if you look at Paul Dini, Kevin Smith, you should be able to find it on one of Batman on Batman interviews, I think.
Which, by the way, if you're a Batman fan at all, any of his interviews on Batman on Batman with Kevin Conroy, Paul Dini, anyone related to the animated series at all is just fantastic.
So he got jumped one night heading home after a date by like 5 or 6 dudes, and he was almost killed.
Really?
He had multiple, broken bones. He had a skull fracture. And it actually got him in a dark place to where he couldn't write for a period of time because he just couldn't function. And what he did was he actually reformatted his personal story and tragedy into pretty much a story about Batman can't always be there.
Well, naturally, as one would.
And I don't want to give too much away, but he's pretty much using it as kind of like a gauntlet for all the different villains. There's going to be a whole lot of different villains appear throughout the story, and I just thought it sounded fascinating. It's gotten nothing but fantastic reviews from pre-reading, and I just want to quickly give that a plug.
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty interesting. I wonder if there's any chance with the way they're cranking out DC animated movies if that's going to get anything. But I
would totally check that out. I love Paul Dini.
Oh yeah, I do too. Speaking of Batman, Jeff,
we could do an entire podcast on all of the Justice League stuff that came out today. It was just bonkers.
I don't even know where to begin with the shitstorm that is Justice League from today. We got the Justice League logo, which is pretty underwhelming, and we got all the spin-off film. Well, a lot of the spin-off film logos. Actually, is that all? They cut a bunch of the films. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of shit came out today about the Justice League movie, but let's start with the Justice League logo itself. You made the comment earlier today that I laughed literally out loud from your text when you said J.J. Abrams called he wants a Star Trek font back.
Right?
Yeah.
First of all, it's not a terrible logo, but it's the fucking Justice League movie. Why does Suicide Squad have more creative talent behind it than Justice League? I don't understand, Warner Brothers. But my other thing I said about it was it doesn't look bad, but it looks like to me something you'd see as a Justice League branded piece of school supplies for kids.
Right.
Like, it just looked like they kind of scrapped it together on Photoshop like the 15 minutes before they had to release it. Like, it looked very generic to me.
And one thing that kind of bothers me, and I know it's a callback, but aren't we beyond the star from like the old Justice League or the Justice Friends or whatever?
It's a Justice League of America callback. They were originally, for about 50 years, they were the Justice League of America.
But when you do something like that, what calls to my mind, even though it was the JLA, it calls to my mind Super Friends. So I don't know.
Dude, Super Friends would be a fucking upgrade to BVS. At least there are jokes in fucking Super Friends.
Yeah.
Let's run one by one. We'd already seen the Batfleck and the Wonder Woman logos. We don't have really anything else to add to that. Aquaman. What'd you think of Aquaman?
I think he's a fan of Geometry Wars. Other than that,
I never in a million years would have noticed that until you pointed it out.
Other than that, I like it. It's nice. It's simple, recognizable. I'm surprised it didn't have anything to do with his regular. Isn't his symbol usually like an A of some sort or something? What's his symbol normally?
I think they usually kind of implement the trident with it too.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. So it's kind of an interesting way to go with it for me. But, of course, they're also trying to distance this Aquaman from everything else Aquaman that you know, except for New 52, of course.
Remember, guys, Khal Drogo's in it. We know you guys like Khal Drogo. Don't forget.
Yeah. The Flash logo. Other than it's not really a complaint. It's just more of an observation. It looks kind of funny to me, and I think it's because it has that extra tier on it where it's just a little bit longer of a lightning bolt.
Now, it actually does not have an extra tier. What makes it look that way is the one the CW show is actually fatter, so you don't really notice the tier as much.
So it's skinnier?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just looks really long. It looks almost like it has a Z in the middle of the Flash logo with a little bit of lightning coming off of it. But, it looks good. I'm not really complaining
I like
about
the Flash logo. I didn't really have any complaints with the Flash one.
Yeah, it looks pretty intense. It's like all like the ring around it's like all burned up and like charred and stuff. It's pretty interesting looking. Cyborg is freaking Hal.
Cyborg, to me, my biggest issue with any of them was the Cyborg one, because the rest of them look like other than Justice League, shockingly, the rest of them actually look like they had a movie studio behind it, and to me, Cyborg almost looks like they could put like a little asterisk next to it, like Cyborg, the original CW film, like
right,
like it's appearing on like TNT on a Saturday afternoon type of thing.
Yeah. He kind of got shafted just a little bit. What is Cyborg's emblem normally? Does he even have one? I don't think I've ever seen one. I don't think
he has one.
Yeah. So.
I'm still shocked they're actually doing a solo Cyborg movie. Until I see this one in the theater, I don't believe this one either.
I don't believe that this one actually exists either, especially when they took all of 2 minutes to make his logo.
Guys.
I seriously think it's going to become Titans is what I'm still holding out for.
I hope it becomes Titans. I'm much more interested in Titans than I am Cyborg. Yeah. I like Cyborg as a character, but I would rather a Titans movie.
I was going to say, nothing against the character. I like Cyborg, but yeah, I would much rather have Titans than a straight up Cyborg film. And then the Green Lantern Corps, which is this the first time we had confirmation that it's the actual Corps rather than people just talking about it?
Yes, I believe this was the actual first time we got confirmation, and I loved the Green Lantern Corps logo because it is literally just taken off of the New 52 comic covers, which I approve of.
And which kind of surprises me a little bit because you sometimes feel that certain things are lazy, so copying and pasting the logo I felt like might get to you a little bit, but
I don't have an issue if it's something like this because I never had an issue like with the Avengers. All the A is straight up out of the comics. In the beginning of the movie, when they have their title card, the font is reminiscent of the original Stanley Jack Kirby issues. So I don't have an issue with comic stuff doing this.
And then
just
of course,
for the love of God, don't have their suits be CGI. That is all I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm one of the few that didn't actually have a problem with that.
It looked awful.
Did it?
It was like so bad. It was like distracting me the whole time. I was like, why would you go out of your way to have your poor guys in the studio animate an hour and 45 minutes of green CGI when you could have just made a fucking mask? It was just really idiotic to me.
I don't know. I thought it kind of added to it.
I thought it looked terrible.
I don't know. I know I'm in the minority, so.
And by the way, I don't hate that film.
Yeah.
As much as everyone else does. I just specifically hated that design choice.
I don't hate that film as much as everybody else does. That hesitation made that.
It honestly wasn't terrible. It goes back to the whole thing. If that Green Lantern film had come out in 1996, it would have been a huge blockbuster summer hit.
See, and everybody complains about the CGI costumes. I almost feel like if it had been an amazing movie, people would have loved the CGI costumes. I don't know.
I know. It still would have been dog shit. It looked terrible.
I don't know. I had no problem with it. I thought it actually kind of made sense. But
it makes sense, but yeah, but we spent too much time talking about this. We gotta move on. Was that all the logos? I'm just, by the way, since it's the official confirmation, I'm really happy they're doing the core.
Yes.
Because like we were just talking about with the Spidey thing, make it different because we just had that Green Lantern film. Heavily involving Jon Stewart and possibly Kyle Rayner is a smart decision.
Let me tell you, they're going to make it as fucking different as they can. Because even as recently as Deadpool, we were still getting shit about that movie. So,
I love that. I want to go watch Deadpool now.
Oh, I know, right? For the love of God, don't make the costume green or CGI
or animated.
Yeah. Oh man. One thing that I am sure as fuck interested in, because I've lost all interest in Justice League, but Wonder Woman stuff has gone up on display, and Jeff, this shit is fantastic.
It's up on display at the Licensing Expo 2016 in Vegas. I really, really encourage anyone interested to go and Google them, because they have like Game of Thrones level minute detail on shit that isn't ever even probably going to be noticeable on screen a lot of the time, but it looks fantastic.
It's not even Game of Thrones level, dude. It's like every video game, like RPG ornate weaponry that could never work in real life level. Like, it is crazy. The shit that they've got, like, there are runes etched up and down the blades of the swords, and the shields are just ridiculous.
The shields are my favorite. The shields look amazing.
Did you see the detail in the arrowheads even? Like, it's just absolutely. They almost kind of look like the logo. This arrow is upside down, but they almost kind of look like the Wonder Woman logo. But yeah, it's just insanity, the detail that's in this. Be a nightmare in real life to Smith. But yeah, BVS was the greatest trailer for the Wonder Woman movie that I will probably ever get to see, so I could not be more excited for the Wonder Woman movie.
Congratulations, you just actually got your quote placed on the BVS Deluxe Edition Blu-ray cover, because that is the first time in the history of mankind that BVS and greatest were together in a sentence.
I'm a blurb.
You are a blurb. Congrats.
Oh, God. Yeah, even what I'm guessing will be what's his fuck's costume? I can't think of his character name. Chris Pine.
Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor. I should know that. But even his, I'm assuming that's his costume on display here too. Yeah, it even looks pretty sharp. But
I'm super excited for Wonder Woman. They better not fuck it up.
Yeah. God, I hope they don't. If they do, I will lose all faith in the DC movies.
Yeah, no kidding.
Speaking of the shitstorm, Zack Snyder and others were talking about the movie. Was that just today that article broke?
So a lot of this information is actually breaking today, but it looks like all of these interviews and a lot of the clips that were shown and pretty much a lot of this shit actually came out last week, and the press has had to keep it under wraps until today. I don't know why.
That's weird. I encourage anyone to check it out. Anything that you can find that's just direct quotes only would be best. The article I was reading was just adding to some of the shit that I didn't like, because even stuff that I didn't see as that big of a deal, the author was trying to... It's the article I sent you. Did you notice the article was trying to turn it into like this epic, like, shitstorm thing, and
clickbait.
It was clickbait, and they were even trying to describe the like wry smiles on people's faces and stuff. I was like, okay, now I'm wondering if even half your quotes are true. But
yeah, it's pretty much. I actually found a lot. I read most of this stuff. I found it pretty fascinating because it's really interesting to see the fallout from a failure of a movie when so much hinges on
the
said
failure of technically a successful movie. That movie made bank financially. It
was actually still very underwhelming for them because they never hit $1 billion, and they were actually roughly the same as Deadpool, which is a pretty catastrophic failure for them.
It was, but financially, though, even though it didn't hit where they wanted it to be, and the studio might consider it failure, it still made pretty good money. It wasn't a flop. It was just underwhelming for what they wanted. Yeah, it just, oh god, we didn't hit $1 billion. But yeah, I didn't care for a lot of what I read about this movie, and I was already on the fence if I was going to see it anyway, so I think I'm skipping this one. But
you'll end up seeing it.
Only if you and Phil praise it a lot.
Yeah, so a lot of what Snyder's comments were, most of the interviews were between Snyder and Ben Affleck. I think it was separately throughout the event, I guess, they had on set where all this shit went down.
Yeah.
Pretty much Snyder's whole thing was talking about how they needed to change the tone. And he actually, one of his quotes was basically, he was actually kind of taken aback by just how raw the reaction went for the film. And pretty much, not surprisingly, they are, they're not hiding that this is going to be a lighter tone film.
Yeah. I like how, and you pointed this out when we were talking about it, wasn't it his wife that acted like this is what they were going to do all along?
Yeah, she's full of shit.
Yeah.
She is full. I was cool with everything Snyder and Affleck said. It all felt pretty heartfelt to me. You could tell there was some regret from how everything went down. Deborah Snyder, full of horse shit. Because it was never part of the plan to make the second movie lighter in tone. I'm sorry, you do not have fucking that movie as dark as it is. If your world-building movie literally
is that dark,
you're full of shit. They were intentionally making it different from Marvel, which if it had actually had a good script and better directing, could have worked.
Yes.
But it was a catastrophic fuck up. So yeah, they might as well just own it, because your fucking husband, 10 feet away, is owning it. You're making yourself look bad and the studio look bad by not owning it.
One of the things that I noticed the way it was worded too was that Batman will be murdering people a lot less. And I'm like, yeah, that's still my problem. He doesn't murder less. He doesn't murder at all. So I still have issues.
I don't think he'll kill anyone in the movie.
I still have issues with that. They're mounting a flamethrower to the Batmobile, so I'm assuming he's driving around lighting aliens on fire.
I'm okay with Batman killing parademons. They're not people.
You just started a whole new civil rights movement. Parademon lives matter.
We're going to build a wall and make the parademons pay for it. It's going to be huge.
No one knows the parademons the way I know the parademons. I'm the best at building walls. Yeah.
If Jeff Johns has any fucking say in the final draft of this film, which he has to, with him being the co-writer of the solo Batfleck movie, I can almost guarantee you Batman, even if they have to cut the scenes from the final product and make it awkwardly placed, I would be shocked if Batman kills anybody that's not a parademon in this entire movie. I think they're going to actively get rid of that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys will just have to see and then tell me about it.
You're going to see a trailer, and you're going to see Gal Gadot being sexy as hell Gal Gadot, and then it'll get your $5 in a fucking seat in a theater on a Tuesday. Don't even fucking tell me you're not going to go watch the Justice League in a movie theater.
I would just rather stay home and watch Justice League War.
At the very least, it'll be a train wreck that has to be witnessed. You will still go pay your $5.
Or I'll stay home and watch the Avengers. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, now now you and I, until BVS, would always defend Zack Snyder, saying he does get entirely too much shit. He deserved all the shit for BVS. You and I are in agreement on that.
Yes.
But this one also, I cannot defend him on, because this was fucking terrible. I don't know if you saw this, but did you see his quote on them not doing an after credit sequence on BVS?
No, I did not.
So you're going to be fascinated by this, because this is fucking terrible. This is terrible.
I'm intrigued.
So this was his exact quote. And if I believe you saw it because we talked about it on the podcast, but if the listener hasn't, they did that deleted scene they threw up on the YouTube channel. You remember that? The communion one with Lex?
Yes.
And they actually had the Steppenwolf shit too with it?
Yes.
So get a load of this. This is his quote. That scene, I guess, was our way of... I kind of thought like, oh, that would be a cool after-credit sequence. But then I was like, I don't know. Can I do that? Because Marvel kind of does that. So we were like, oh, well, maybe there's another way to do it. by just having it online. Does that make sense? That is verbatim his
That makes
quote.
no fucking sense. One, why would that be your after credit scene? That was mid-movie. Or whatever it was. I don't know if you can call it a movie. But it was mid-plot. How could that be an after credit scene?
Not only that, but it doesn't matter if Marvel does it, because Marvel isn't the only fucking studio that does after credit sequences.
Yeah, it's not like they have a trademark on that.
The fucking Gray Liam Neeson v. Wolves had a fucking after credit sequence.
Ferris Bueller.
I don't understand. Like, it's just fucking idiotic.
I don't.
Not to mention, as if it wasn't, painful enough sitting through that 2.5-hour movie of just depressing nothingness happening. Everyone waited an extra 7 minutes or whatever for the credits for something, and then there's nothing.
At least,
and then everyone's just like, "What the fuck?"
At least give me something Howard the Duck level.
I would have rather had Howard the Duck than nothing.
Coming from the man that is still bitter about Howard the Duck.
Yeah. Howard the Duck. Better than nothing. Better than the YouTube channel update. I will give James Gunn that one.
Hashtag Howard the Duck 2016.
Oh god, but yeah, I thought that was incredible. I was like, I cannot believe he just said that to the media. Why would you ever say that?
I don't know.
I don't.
He deserves any shit he gets for that one.
Yeah.
Oh god.
While we're on the subject, I did want to include the Ben Affleck quotes because I actually really liked what Ben Affleck was talking about.
Yes, I didn't get to read this article. I want you to update me on this one.
So this is Ben Affleck being interviewed about the solo Batfleck movie him and Jeff Johns are doing. I really, really like where he's coming from. This is his exact quote. He was asked about the premiere date because they don't have a hard date set for it yet. He said, "I think they have a date for it, although I don't know if I would necessarily be able to make that date because I don't have a script that's ready to go yet. My timetable is not to where I'm going to make a movie until there's a script that I think is good, because I've been on the end of things when you make movies when you have a script that's not good yet and it doesn't pan out." And then he laughed. He's subtly taking shots at BVS.
Oh, that wasn't like, subtle, my friend.
I fucking love... Well, it could have been, talking about Daredevil. It could have been talking about Geely. It could have been talking about any of Ben Affleck's flops. But there's subtext there where he's talking about BVS. I think he had he said, "I have a script. We're still working on it. I'm not happy enough with it yet to actually go out there and make a Batman movie for which I have the highest of standards. I would say that's something they would have to pass a very high bar for me. It's not just like, yeah, that might be fun. Let's go out and try this." So he is genuinely, hardcore about making sure him and Jeff Johns have a script that's ready to go. Which, thank God, because after the debacle of BVS, Warner Brothers very easily could have scrapped everything else and then just said, "Hey, Nolan's Batman movies made money. Crank that shit out now. We need revenue."
Yeah.
And that is the exact opposite approach, because everything else pretty much has a hard date for a premiere except for Batman, which I think bodes well for it.
Cranking it out is exactly what happened to Batman vs. Superman, because they're taking, what did we say, 5 movies led up to the Avengers, and so 6 movies total to get through Avengers, and they're trying to do that same thing in 2 movies. So
Yep.
That's exactly what they did, was crank it out, and you can feel it. You can feel it watching it, how disjointed it is, and the effect is lost. We've talked several times on this show about how the one thing that makes the Avengers so great is, 1, you can just jump into the shit. You've had 5 movies leading up to it. 2, you spent 5 movies with these other characters, all the characters that are involved, and you're already attached to them. I don't have any attachment to any of these characters. These are new rebooted versions of the characters that I've never seen before.
And the only one who was properly fleshed out was Superman.
In Man of Steel.
Who you and I personally don't really care about.
Right. Yeah. So, it doesn't have the same effect, and the script suffers because of it. What they should have done was, if they want to be Marvel, then fucking rip off Marvel. These solo movies should have come out first.
You don't even have to rip off Marvel. Rip off Christopher fucking Nolan.
Yeah.
Because, newsflash, Warner Brothers, fucking Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises made bank, and it was just a Batman movie.
He got Batman better than any of the comic people working on it right now. And you know, you don't even have to release 5 movies. Give each one of the Trinity their own movie, and then jump into Justice League.
And what's kind of idiotic about it too is like they were so dead set on making Dark Knight Returns. I think that movie, if it was just the beginning 2/3 of Dark Knight Returns, you know, where they don't have the Superman stuff, you give me Zack Snyder, the director of Watchmen, doing a, you know, very, very adult Dark Knight Returns, you know, that part of the story, I think it could have been pretty damn good. And you can tell that's what he wanted to do, because how many fucking lines of dialogue does Superman have in BVS? Like 7?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like roughly the equivalent of
6
Bryan
of them are
Cranston
Martha. Yeah. Anyways, that's a whole nother podcast.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But apparently Nerd Tits was on the set, right?
Yes, they were. I don't know how this shit was kept under wraps, because as soon as the floodgates were let loose, every fucking website online was apparently there on set, and I don't know how any of this didn't get leaked. I'm stunned they were able to keep it under wraps.
I don't know what they threatened them with.
It was they had J.J. Abrams on the set holding the Walking Dead Lucille baseball bat, and they were like, "We'll sick him on you if you say anything."
But we won't tell anyone who died, but one of you will die.
It was Collider. Dun dun dun
dun. So one of the tidbits from them was that on we have that later in the notes on the Flash. Was that Nerdist?
I believe so. That's where I think I saw it.
That was okay. So we've got Steppenwolf as the villain, and we have a comical Flash. Is what is
they
confirmed.
were actually shown footage. One of the scenes they got was Bruce Wayne recruiting Barry Allen. Everyone said that this was pretty much Wally West's. He was very comical. Thank God. We might have a fucking joke, Ron.
God.
After 2 films, we might have a single goddamn joke. And I'm sure they'll all be in the trailer.
Yep. I'll let you know. Since I'm not watching the movie, I can watch the trailers.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. I did approve of the Batmobile pre-flamethrower knowledge. It's very Arkham Knight.
If he used it... Well, you do realize in Arkham Knight, he had a gigantic goddamn turret on it, right? Like,
yeah, but you got to give me something to do with the Batmobile.
Okay, if he goes the entire movie only torching parademons, well, who cares? He's not killing people. They're aliens. I don't understand. Like,
no,
is it just that it's a flamethrower? Like,
no,
what do you,
it's just
because you don't know
funny.
that he kills people with it.
It's just funny to me because if you take out the parademon part, you just sound like a really 80-year-old lady or something talking about the race movement.
If he's killing fucking aliens, who cares? It's not like he's killing people.
Oh God, this is great. But yeah, it's very. We said before on the last one was very Arkham Knight-ish, but this one, the way it was sitting with the wheels out, kind of like in the tank stance from Arkham Knight. This one was very Arkham Knight-ish. So.
It was straight up Arkham Knight, and I approve. I thought it looked awesome.
Yeah, I really liked that. Willem Dafoe. I always want to say Willem Dafoe, one of our favorite people, is getting into the DC universe also. I'm butchering this all the fuck up, dude. I'm tired. But he was cast in the Aquaman movie, yes?
Well, he's actually first appearing in Justice League.
Is he? Okay.
But it's going to naturally tie in.
That's interesting to me. Do you think that they could possibly be doing like we had Justice League War, then Throne of Atlantis, like anything crazy like that?
It's possible. Okay, so he's
maybe
playing...
not Throne of maybe not Throne of Atlantis, but at least part of that story or something.
Yeah, I think there's going to be elements of it, especially with it being an original Jeff Johns story. The character he's playing is either Nuidus or Nuidus Volko, who is a science advisor of Atlantis, and he's apparently been a huge figure in the Aquaman comics for a very, very long time. This is obviously a little too deep cut for me because I've never really read Aquaman, but I think it's really interesting too.
I basically just heard Norman Osborn underwater.
I'm okay with that. I think it's really interesting though, because if you tell me in the fucking Aquaman movie we're eventually going to have, Khal Drogo and Willem Dafoe as both leads, like, I'll watch that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I am definitely on board with the Aquaman movie. Something I never thought I would hear myself saying, to be honest.
So we're looking forward to Wonder Woman, Aquaman. I'm actually liking what I'm hearing about The Flash. As long as they can goddamn quit throwing darts at the director's IMDb page. I actually kind of like what I'm hearing about making him more comedic. Yes. I wish he had just been straight up called Wally West.
Yeah, I don't understand the point.
I don't understand. If you're gonna make him funny, just fucking make him Wally West. Because A, it gets you recognition from the cartoon. And then B, it completely differentiates it from the CW show.
And that was my point. You've got two Barry Allens now existing, one on the CW stuff, one in the movies, and one is, maybe not straight up, straight-laced Barry Allen. He's got a little bit of Wally West in him. He's got a little bit of goofiness to him. But if you're going to have one that's basically Wally West, why not differentiate them? Especially when you screwed the other Barry Allen out of being Barry Allen this time.
It would have been a natural choice that, like every other natural choice, Warner Brothers went the opposite direction. I'm super stoked for this, though. I love Willem Dafoe. I think it's awesome we live in a world where fucking Jason Momoa and Willem Dafoe are lead characters in a goddamn Aquaman movie. That's pretty cool.
Right. This is how far we've come as a society. There's someone else in this Aquaman movie that you're going to be freaking out about, I'm sure. And that is one of your absolute favorite people from Game of Thrones, Tormund.
Oh, I love him.
Is he going to be beardless, or is he going to have a beard?
Oh, I'm sure he'll have the giant fuck-off beard. Tormund, my boy.
I was going to say, it's kind of required in Atlantis to have a beard, right?
Pretty much. So, how awesome is it for Christopher Hivju? I think that's his name. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but that's his name. Hivju, I think, maybe.
Christopher Hivju?
He might as well just legally change his name to Tormund, because that's what he's going to be called for the rest of eternity. But after a fucking year and a half of being on Game of Thrones, he goes from Game of Thrones, boom, Fast 8, boom, fucking Justice League and Aquaman.
Let's not forget his fucking Orbits commercials or whatever they are.
A crowning achievement in modern acting, if I don't mind saying myself.
Whatever it is he's doing, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be playing an Atlantean king. Maybe just like a little bit role in a flashback. I don't give a fuck. You give me Tormund and Aquaman and Justice League, I'll watch it.
How do you think he got to Atlantis? You think Jon Snow let him through the wall?
I just want to see Tormund with his giant red beard just like floating in the water where he can't fight because it keeps getting in his way.
He's like the blind guy in Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
Yeah.
He's fighting the post. He's just like fighting like a piece of coral or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I am shocked. And then let's not forget we have James Wan on board on the Aquaman project too. I am just shocked that we live in a world where we're getting the Aquaman movie that we're getting.
It is probably going to be a better film than Justice League.
It's like fucking Aquaman.
Like 75% chance at least it's better than Justice League.
I'm just done with this world if Aquaman's better than Justice League.
You know what I think? I think Aquaman ends up being, not in tone, but the Ant-Man of Warner Brothers movies.
Yeah.
Just out of fucking nowhere, everyone likes it better than Justice League. Just like we all liked Ant-Man better than Age of Ultron.
Because after all the memes and Robot Chicken and everything ever, I see Aquaman. I see him with those plastic rings that you buy a 6-pack of beer in, all around his neck. And
well, did you see his fucking finisher move on Injustice 2?
Oh my god, yes.
Right? I want that shit, dude. I want that.
They could always incorporate it somehow.
Oh, I guarantee you he is going to He is going to murder people with his murder fish, and I completely am on board.
Oh, God.
Give me one scene where fucking Khal Drogo sicks like 7 sharks on a dude. They got my $10. I'll go opening day.
All shark and awe. That should be the tagline for the movie. Fuck Shark Week. Aquaman, right. All shark and awe. I don't even know what to say about Aquaman. It's shaping up to be a better movie than a lot of the comic book movies, to be honest, with the cast that's in it and the director behind it and everything.
Aquaman and Wonder Woman are the ones that I have the most faith in.
Yes. Again, something I never thought I would say is I was never that big of a Wonder Woman fan either. So
me either.
So the last note we have for movies, which has been almost an hour now, was Superman appearing in concept art. Is that in the Aquaman movie?
No, this was all Justice League stuff. This was painfully dumb to me.
Okay.
They go out of their way, spoiler alert for BBS, to fucking kill Superman, and then they fucking show him in the concept art for fucking Justice League. Like, okay, first of all, everyone fucking knew he was coming back. We still don't know what he's coming back as, if he's going to be a bad guy, blah, 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 we don't know. But still, why? Why would you show him in concept art? Exactly. Enough said on the matter. On that note, speaking of idiotic decisions regarding Superman, we're going to transition over to the TV news. And this first news article straight up kind of pissed me off. I'm not going to lie.
Kind of. This was all I heard about.
So we talked on our last news podcast episode, I believe, how Supergirl was going to be casting Superman. Obviously, all of the CW carryover fans that were big fans of Smallville that are now watching Arrow and Flash and Legends, etc., were clamoring for Tom Welling. Hashtag Tom Welling Superman was trending just as highly as hashtag Superman when this news broke. That just kind of shows you how many people were clamoring for this. And not only did they not cast Tom Welling, they casted a guy who I don't even think looks the part, to be honest. They casted Tyler Hoechlin, who is the lead in MTV's Teen Wolf, because when you want quality acting, you reach out to MTV, Ron. Now, this guy, I've never seen him in anything, because he's on fucking MTV, most of all.
Yeah.
I cannot judge his talent. I did see Road to Perdition, but he was like 7 years old in it, and I don't honestly remember enough to actually make a comment on his acting skills at that young age, as if it matters, really.
Right.
But if you're not going to have Tom Welling, they should have led with their press conference about it or their news release junket with, we reached out to him. He's either, pursuing other career opportunities. Our schedules just couldn't align, so we went a different direction. Boom. No one fucking complains. I don't understand how that's so hard.
Yeah.
Well, you get no reference to Tom Welling. And they casted Teen Wolf Bro, who shockingly looks more like a werewolf than Superman. I don't know who saw that one coming. I'm just saying. Superman, to me, Ron, should look like the quarterback of the football team. He shouldn't look like a werewolf. And this is coming from the CW, man, who crush it almost all the time.
Yeah.
This, to me... Like this is actually one of my tweets about it, was brilliant move going out of your way to bring over Supergirl and then actually introduce Superman as a character and then piss off all of the Smallville fans who religiously watched your network for 10 seasons worth of Smallville.
Yeah.
That is a fucked up business decision. I'm just saying.
That's pretty shitty to the fans. And that they know all the shit about Tom Welling and everything was trending. There's no way they don't know that. So,
if you were going in a different direction, it should have been noted that they at least tried.
Yes. Which leads you to wonder, did they even?
if they didn't even think about it, they're fools. It was just he's going to be a character in 2 episodes. It's not like we're talking like a season-long arc.
Right.
It has no impact on their story arc.
The show is Supergirl, so he's probably got very limited time in those 2 episodes.
And what really, really pisses me off about this is they went out of their way to have nostalgic casting in The Flash with John Wesley Shipp.
Yes.
Today's news, they added Linda Carter, who was Wonder Woman in the 70s TV show. She is going to be playing the president on Supergirl. So your fucking network has goddamn nostalgia casting for Wonder Woman that appeared 40 years ago and The Flash, who appeared 20 years ago, both on different networks, and you're not going to even at least throw a bone to Tom Welling, who was an actor for your network for 10 seasons.
To the thing that they're asking for. It's just...
A big reason we even have these shows to talk about is because of Smallville. Because it wasn't the best show of all time, but
it proved there was
it
a
got
market.
Solid ratings for the CW.
Yeah, it proved there was a market for this.
Exactly. Yeah, I just thought it was a goddamn stupid decision. This is, to me, what exactly is going to happen if they announce that Tom Hiddleston is not James Bond.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I really don't understand.
I don't understand either. It makes absolutely no sense. To me. Oh, you guys want this? Well, won't you be surprised when we went with, person B? I don't understand. And then I also don't understand when people say that they want a particular role that they're perfect for, like Tom Hiddleston on 007, and them not signing them the fuck up that instant.
Right. This was just really frustrating to me. I felt really bad for Tom Welling. I totally get it if he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But fucking CW, it was Kreisberg, too, who was talking about this, who broke the news, I believe. It's not fucking difficult to assuage the fan base by just having one goddamn sentence about Tom Welling. I'm not asking for much. I'm just saying. I thought this was completely mishandled and could have been a very, very good way to get goodwill from the get-go on Supergirl moving to this network, and they did the exact fucking opposite.
Right.
Yeah, but that's my rant on the matter.
Okay. Feel better?
Podcast is done. We're fucking done. We're going home. So, while we're talking about the CW has actually reached a deal, or at least very close to reaching a deal with Netflix. I included this because I thought it was interesting. So, you know how you can watch the current, 5 episodes of CW shows that are, uploaded every week to Hulu, the day after?
Yeah.
Hulu has actually somehow, I don't know why, with how popular at least The Flash is, the deal has kind of come to an end and talks have broken down. The CW will actually not have shows on Hulu next season.
Really?
CW is going to be moving their streaming to their own website, to CW.com. I don't know yet if they've said if there's going to be an extra charge. I hope not, because I'm going to be fucking pissed.
CW All Access?
CW, no fucking access. What worries me, too, isn't CW partnered up with CBS? Isn't that how
I thought they were owned
this is
by.
happening?
I thought they were owned by. I'm not sure.
I don't know. We have to double check it later. But the deal they're in the works on now is CW and the Netflix higher ups are trying to close out a deal that will get Netflix access to complete seasons of all the CW shows as early as 2 weeks following the closing of their seasons. So, The Flash, 2 weeks after it ended season 2, you'll be able to watch all of it on there.
Okay, it's it's actually a joint venture between CBS and Warner Brothers Entertainment.
That's what CW is and CBS?
Yeah, so the WB...
Yeah, I knew so that's what worries me is because CBS is running, obviously, CBS No Access. So this worries me.
Yeah, you know what would be really cool that no one has fucking done yet? You know how Netflix, one problem with their streaming service is the way they're set up. They have to wait so long to get stuff on their own network. There is a lot of, I forget the technical term for it, but if you go to, say, AMC's website to stream something, you have to enter your cable provider's information to prove that you have access to that network. To get it, you provide your Netflix login. You know, that would be a really cool partnership. Netflix doesn't have to have it right now on their stuff until the other people are done with it, but you still get access to it on theirs, and you get a lot of access to people that are cutting the cord, as they say, to your shows and your advertisement.
And it's a good move for Netflix, too, because they can say, you can come check out our Marvel shit, and you can also check out our DC shit, you know?
Yeah.
Get all that DC, CW stuff. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I would be really, really, really pissed if they do a price point model. Let's see. Next up in the TV news, this was really interesting.
This was.
Mallrats 2 is going to be developed into a 10-episode TV series. What do you think about that?
I'm not sure, really. I love it because I get that much more of Mallrats. But at the same time, I'm trying to think about if the first one was stretched out like that, what it would be like.
Why I actually kind of like the idea is something Kevin Smith said about it. And it makes a whole lot of sense because with Mallrats, it doesn't really make sense because you're just introducing the characters.
Right.
But the thing with Mallrats 2 is it's been 20 years. So he's going to, instead of have to kind of like do callbacks or flashbacks, you know, very, very abruptly, he can do straight up flashback episodes to, you know, like what got the characters 20 years, you know, later to where they are now. Which I think actually kind of interesting as long as it's funny.
Yeah. No, I'm totally on board with it. I said it was just kind of an interesting thing to me because I was just kind of like, what? When I first
it was very out of left field. But the more I thought about it, I actually kind of like it.
Yeah.
They're in talks with Universal Television, who run Master of None and Kimmy Schmidt for Netflix. So probably good odds Mallrats 2 will become a Netflix TV show. I think if it's not Netflix, it'll go to Starz because they did the exact same kind of move with Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Even if it doesn't work, it's still gonna be fucking entertaining for 10 episodes.
Exactly.
So
I can get behind more Mallrats.
Yeah, exactly.
Another thing we can definitely fucking get behind is the trailer for Westworld. I am stoked for Westworld, man.
I am so happy it made it through all of its development hell and is finally happening because that trailer was pretty awesome.
It's very, very cool. It's very mysterious. You don't really know what's going on, which is the best type of trailer. I'm all on board. It comes out this October.
Yes.
So definitely looks like another
birthday
one
to
HBO
me.
knocked out of the park. I need something to close the Game of Thrones gap, and this will help.
Yeah, you reach the show hole once the Game of Thrones is over.
Exactly. Next up in the TV news, Orphan Black has been renewed for its 5th and final season. I liked Orphan Black. It had second season-itis, where I got kind of bored during the second season. Managed to finish it, but never really had interest in going back. Wasn't a bad show, though. So it's one of those that people are very, very, very dedicated. Like it's like the people who are into it are fucking obsessed with it. It's one of those.
Is it?
So
I've
yeah,
never
I'm
seen
happy
an
for
episode.
them. I do appreciate them. They have said from the get-go, just like Breaking Bad, they had a 5-season plan and they're sticking to it. They're not extending it just for ratings. So applaud to those dudes.
I can get behind that. On the other hand,
something that will not be continuing for another final season is fucking Penny Dreadful. Did you get the full rundown of this nonsense, Ron?
Yeah, you and I were texting about it a little bit. The most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my life.
This is, if I had been up to date and heavily invested in this show, which for Penny Dreadful, it's very much like Orphan Black. The people who were into it were fucking into it. They even had their own name, like Whovians. They called themselves like Dreadfuls. Like they had their own fucking name. So hypothetically speaking, Ron, let's say you're really, really into a TV show.
Okay.
And you're stoked for
people will tell you I'm dreadful.
Exactly. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, Ron, you are super stoked to check out the season 3 season finale of a show you really like. So, you get excited, you go and watch the finale. The finale's, by all accounts, I've heard, meh, it's all right. The show ends with a black credits title sequence that says "The End." And that is the first notification you got in the year 2016, in the year of the internet, in the era of the internet. Oh yeah, the showrunner and the exec producer behind it over at Showtime knew it's been ending for over a year.
That's how they did it? It just says Finn at the end of the damn thing?
That was the first anyone knew it was over.
Are you fucking serious? I hadn't heard that part.
Dead serious.
Oh my god.
Have you ever heard of a more gigantic middle finger to your dedicated fan base in anything?
No, I have not. Not even in The Sopranos. It just...
At least Sopranos, you knew it was going to fucking happen.
I don't understand.
Yeah, so the fucking showrunner and his smug prick ass actually had the gall to say... this was in it for story purposes. Guess what? No one has a fucking issue with that, dude. If you want to end your goddamn show, end your goddamn show. The problem, maybe give someone a heads up. It's going to be the fucking series finale. I was mind-bogglingly dumb to me. I will actually... this was actually a show I was about halfway caught up on. I was about, approaching halfway through season 2. Guess who's never going back and finishing Penny Dreadful, Ron? This guy.
Who was the showrunner on that?
John Logan.
Let's see. What else?
He's done some pretty good stuff, too. Like, overall, not everything is, amazing, but he did some solid stuff. But, yeah.
Wow, he wrote Tornado. I remember that horrible TV movie. It was basically... that his
very first thing he did?
It was trying to be Twister.
Did he do... No, he didn't do... I was about to say, did he do A Beautiful Mind? But I think I'm getting mixed up with someone else. I think that was Akiva Goldsman.
He did this... What? He did the screenplay for Gladiator?
Yes, that was the one.
Are you fucking serious?
How do you fucking go from that to this?
Star Trek Nemesis, Sweeney Todd screenplay, Rango screenplay and story.
Oh, he did Rango? I actually really liked Rango.
Yeah, he did Rango. He did Skyfall. He did screenplay and story for Spectre, and he's oh god, Jeff, he's writing Alien Covenant.
Oh, well, you know what's gonna happen at the midway point of Alien Covenant?
The end. Credits.
Xenomorph 1. The end. But yeah, all I have to say about this is John Logan, an ex-producer at Showtime who knew about this shit and intentionally decided. You want to know what one of the reasonings was for not telling anybody? It's Penny Dreadfuls, which were novellas. So they were like, we thought it'd be kind of cool for it to be a surprise ending. You can go fuck yourself, both of you.
Okay, if you want a surprise ending, that is not the fucking way to do it.
It also, from what I read, sounded like the most piss-poor cliche ending I've ever fucking heard from a stunt like this.
That is awful.
Yeah. Before I blow a fucking gasket, they can go fuck themselves. We're moving on to something else is going to make me really pissed off, Ron.
Awesome.
While we're talking about horrible fucking endings, we're going to talk about the most recent season of The Walking Dead. And I am still upset about this because it's so fucking stupid.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing just because I know what's coming. I've already been in this conversation.
Hey, spoiler alert, non-spoiler alert. Somebody fucking died on Walking Dead. Even the actors don't know. It's not like they need gigs or anything. We're not going to tell them either. Fucking douchebags. So, I'm not even going into details. I assume everyone knows what I'm talking about. But somebody died in The Walking Dead. It's a cliffhanger. Ooh, we don't know who died. Fuck you, Walking Dead. So in the fucking era of the internet and spoilers and fucking drones taking set photos, did you know that's actually a thing?
Is it really?
Yeah, people are worried about... Studios are actually worried about drones. That is why so many shows are filming as much as they can indoors. Did you ever hear that?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense when you're hampering wildfire efforts and everything that you're probably being a dick about movies too.
So Walking Dead had to film in order to continue this whole fucking fiasco, had to film 11 different death scenes to avoid the spoiler getting out of who fucking died. I have a better idea. Fucking kill the person in the goddamn finale and you still have a cliffhanger. Hey Ron, we're not going to say who. I'm pretty sure we heard the entire year after it happened that person died on Game of Thrones, did we not?
Right.
Did that not operate as a cliffhanger?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm shaking my head because all this fucking stupidity.
Even more so in the Walking Dead finale because, at least on the Game of Thrones one we're referencing, that was pretty much it. On the Walking Dead one, you still don't know how the rest of them are going to get out.
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
It was absolute dog shit.
It would have made more sense for them to go the Game of Thrones route on that than it did Game of Thrones.
Also, it's not only just a giant middle finger to your fans, not quite as bad as the Benny Dreadful thing, but pretty fucking terrible. But now, after, especially The Walking Dead has like a 7-month wait or something like that, or 6-month wait before the show returns.
February, October.
The payoff can never equate dicking around your fucking fan base for 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, no.
It is stupid in every sense of the fucking word. But yeah, I just thought this was hilarious. The extent they are having to go to cover up this bullshit that should never have happened in the first place.
Do you think the other scenes will be released to YouTube or anything once it's revealed who it was? I'd like to see people's reaction to Rick getting beat to death.
They're gonna flash over. You're gonna see Rick and Carl next to Steppenwolf. It's gonna be fucking great. But yeah, while we're talking about properties that piss us right the fuck off, Ron, we're gonna talk about some Ghostbusters.
I see now why you wanted the TV section. You just wanted to
all
rant.
my segues were very, very expertly fucking placed. So hey, Ron, guess what you need more of? More Ghostbusters. Huzzah. Disappointed! So terrible. And not only that, but Ron, they are going Ghostbusters Beyond. This is going to be Ghostbusters 50 years in the future.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Does that not sound dumb?
That's more ridiculous than the concept of Ghostbusters.
Right. So, did you ever actually like the original OG Ghostbusters cartoon?
Yes, but in my defense, I was a child. I don't honestly know how it would hold up as an adult. I doubt it would hold up nearly as well as like Batman the Animated Series. But I enjoyed it quite a lot when I was a kid.
You know what this also reminds me of? Is all of the conversations we have had so many times over in this podcast. Who is the audience for a fucking Ghostbusters cartoon?
I don't even know. I didn't even know there was demand for this. I didn't know there was demand for this fucking movie they made.
Hey, Ron, spoiler alert. There's no demand for the show, and there is very little demand for the movie. If the YouTube dislikes will tell you anything. But yeah, I just thought this was fascinating. Hollywood, outside of probably 5% of the people involved in making decisions, it's a gigantic clusterfuck of just... You can't even put an adjective to it, just how insanely stupid it is.
Yeah.
So we're going to end on a high note while I recover my blood pressure. This was very cool. Archer has been renewed for 3 more seasons at FX. Ron, this is one of those shows, as soon as you get around to watching it, you're going to be glued to it for like an entire weekend.
Oh, yeah?
You're going to love it, because all it is fucking smart-ass... C-Lab, Venture Brothers style humor. Like, all it is. You're going to love it.
I can get behind that.
You're going to really like it once you eventually watch it. I'm still waiting for the new season to come out on Netflix, because I wait for it to hit Netflix and then I binge them. That's how I watch them. But yeah, I'm excited. I love Archer. Happy to see them get more of it. And then our final positive note we're going to end on. Fucking Samurai Jack.
Yes.
So stoked for this. We got our first image. Samurai Jack looks metal as fuck.
Very Tormund.
It's very... Yeah. We need a live-action Samurai Jack movie where Tormund's his buddy. I would watch the fuck out of that.
And he doesn't get any of the references Samurai Jack makes.
Exactly. So, from what I read, I think this was going to be placed a little bit in the future, where it was almost kind of like Samurai Jack, Dark Knight Returns style. I was like, I can get behind that.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I like it.
The idea that popped in my head when you mentioned live action Samurai Jack, though, was actually I don't know how to completely say his name. I butchered it every time, but Ken Watanabe. Is that how you say his name? He's in Godzilla, and
I think it's like Watanabe,
something like that. I think he would be a cool Samurai Jack.
Oh no! I got it. Sonny from Badlands.
Dude.
That would be badass.
That would be very badass. Much better use of him in that than in Warcraft.
We can have Ken Watanabe be Aku. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. I want this movie to happen now.
I know. Now. Fuck Justice League. Give me this Samurai Jack movie we just pitched.
Yeah. I really want that now. And yeah, what was our running time right now? How long is this fucking podcast?
We're at an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was. I could have done an hour and 20 minutes just complaining about Penny Dreadful and The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I'm going to consider this a win.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, considering, our send-off to Anton was probably about 20 minutes. 15, 20, so.
And we had a week and a half's worth of news because of E3 breaking us, at least breaking me for the time being. If you would like to check us out more, please like and subscribe. That gets you all of our content. We have Let's Plays that go up. Was you usually bi-weekly that you have them up?
Yes.
Usually bi-weekly. We have Let's Plays, commentaries, reaction shows. We are just going to be wrapping up Season 6 of Game of Thrones this week, and we were actually, the following week, going back and starting over Game of Thrones from the very beginning. Going to be doing one episode per week to kind of give us our little bit of Game of Thrones fix in the meantime. I think it's going to be a lot of fun going back to the very beginning.
Yeah, you realize that's going to be like about a year's worth of shit?
Well, as long as it bridges the gap where we end like right before Game of Thrones comes back, so the entire next year I still have Game of Thrones to watch, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, that's like 50 episodes.
Well, it's going to be 3 years before it comes back, so... Yeah. We have Twitter and Facebook links in the description below if you're interested in those. And most importantly, if you happen to know anyone else, friends or family-wise, that you think might also enjoy our wondrously mediocre, bitchy content, we would greatly appreciate the share. I am Jeff.
I am Ron.
And we will see you guys next week.